Good morning, it's Wednesday, I've got a day off work and it only means one thing. Let's go fishing. Joined me this morning at Hambrook Lakes. I did a video called The Koi Pool some time ago in the summer, and that was here where I had a few fish off the surface. There were quite a few really lovely koi carp in there, orangey white ones, and it can be quite exciting stalking them in the margins because they're so visible. You can actually watch them take the bait. But today's a completely different animal. It's nearly December, it's pretty cold, it's quite windy today as well, and I've done 2 laps of the lake and not seen a single fish. So I've plumped into a swim opposite a deep margin where I've had some success before when it's been cold. And I popped round to put some bait in the edge and spook 2 fish. So I think I've chosen the right area. I've let it settle down a bit now. I've set up a single rod and flicked it to pop up over there, close to the far bank. And it's just a case of sitting down and waiting now. In the meantime, I'm going to pop up a short video that I made a few weeks ago from a session to the pier. Did a bit of sea fishing. I hadn't fished the pier for probably over 15 years because it closed down, but it's been recently renovated and it's looking pretty good now. So I popped down for a few hours fishing one evening. So here it is. There we go. Nice little bass for starters. Just a ragworm chucked over the edge, and rod tip started bouncing around. And there's the culprit. Gorgeous fish. Really pleased with that. It's the first fish I've caught off the pier for ages, absolutely years. So that's a lovely welcome back. Let's slip this one back and cast back out. just caught on a float in the edge with a bit of luncheon meat. I was flicking the bait across from the bar bank, but I was just sitting there waiting and I didn't feel like I was doing enough, you know. I needed to get on my toes and actually make it happen. So I found a few fish clouding up on some bait I put down earlier, dropped a bit of float fish luncheon meat on top of it, and it was away straight away. It didn't take any time at all. So really pleased. I'm going to slip this one back really quietly, see if we can get another. There she is, that's fish number 2. Another beautiful fish. Really long and streamlined, this one. Let me know all about it too. Proper scrap. Tried to get me all underneath the root systems and things, but we got her in eventually. Turning into a really good day. It looked like it was going to rain earlier, but no, it didn't come to anything. Now the sun's come back out and life's good. Super job. I slipped that one back. Oh, and in the meantime, you can have a look at the small video that I made when I was at Longbridge last weekend. It was really cold, not very productive, but I put a lovely little B-roll together with some aerial footage, so take a little look at this. So I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you about how I float fish for carp in the margins. It's not set up any differently to anybody else would set up a float. There's a float, there's a weight and there's a hook. The weight's probably about 3 inches from the hook, and in this case it's a piece of tungsten putty, but you can use a split shot, it doesn't matter. Now I set this up so that with a lump of luncheon meat on the hook, it just sinks, it won't cock, it's just too heavy. And with this in mind, I'll fish it about 2 or 3 millimeters below the surface. Now by doing that, you don't see all the dips and knocks and pirouettes that you usually see when you've got big bulky fish down there feeding next to your line and your hook bait and stuff. The only time you do see the float is when it rises up through the surface when the bait leaves the lake bed, and that's usually when it's in the fish's mouth. It works for me. I'll just put more fish on the bank doing it that way, and I'll spook less fish by striking at the wrong time. So it might be worth using, it might be worth trying. If you're struggling a little bit with carp fishing in the margins with a float, just give that a try. Finally got fish number 3 on the bank. Gorgeous little mirror. There's not many mirrors in here, so I'm really pleased to catch this one. Saw some milling around underneath a boat that's tied up to the tree, so popped some pellets under there, got them feeding, and got this one out with a bit of free line luncheon meat. Watch the line tighten up and away we go. Ooh. I'm going to slip it back. I've only got about an hour's fishing left, and I've seen one in a tree, just sitting underneath a tree over there on the far bank, so I'm going to pop round there, see if I can pester that one. Happy days. Well, it's strange how it happens, isn't it? Just saying how that last mirror that I caught was really cool, because there's not many mirrors in it. Well, at least I've never caught many mirrors. There's always been koi or commons. I've just caught another mirror. Bigger one too. Look at that. Starburst scales down by its tail. Scrapped as well. Scrapped and scrapped. Some power in that tail. But yeah. Proper chuffed. I was hoping I might get one more chance. There's not a lot of time left before I've got to leave. He shuts the gate at 4 o'clock in the winter, so I've got to be off shortly. I think it's just about 3:05 now, 3:10, so I've just baited the spot again, and there's every chance we could get another one, so we'll certainly keep going. But yeah, chuffed to bits with that. That really scrapped on the old glass rod and the centre pin. 3 lines luncheon meat, brilliant. Just catching them on my terms. That's what I love. Super job.